So it's Monday. It's February, obviously. Um, it's the 18th. On the 23rd of February, I'll be going to Red Dot Paintball and participating in Castle Invasion. Now, the reason I've been thinking really hard on this, probably too hard to be honest with you, is that for the first time, I'm going to be at a scenario game as the general of the side. So that's kind of it's a milestone for me. Now, even more importantly, it's a milestone for Red Dot Paintball because Red Dot Paintball is producing its first scenario event. And they're doing it a little bit differently. They're used to tournament and rec players, and as a scenario event, it's kind of an introductory event. So it's not in terms of like Super Game where there's huge things going on, and it's not like a TAW scenario where there's complex missions. It's not like a Flashpoint scenario where it's a complex mission with a complex mission with a complex mission. So it's going to be a little bit different. They're not going to continue the scenario throughout the day, and if you leave the field, the game still goes. They're going to stop and take breaks to make sure everybody's okay. Partially because it's their first event, partially because they're teaching people how to run scenarios. So that's a big difference. Now, in terms of that, I'm doing something I've never done before. I know some other people have done this. They've created a structure inside their own organizations that includes a general, and we don't have that in the Flashpoint community. What we do have is a captain, and that would be me. So for the first time, I've got one of these. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that even though I could play around with this, the strategies and tactics that I'm coming up with, the fact that I'm going to run a mag-fed marker times 3 this time instead of just 2 pistols, the potential for running more than one mag-feed marker is there, the potential for running first strikes as a breach load in a Spider Phoenix is there. Things are going to be a little bit different than they have been in the past, and as I think about it more, the more I realize that even though I want to screw around with the concept of throwing one of these stars on my beret here, I don't need to. So I'm actually going to pull the captain's bars off. For the first time since I've had a beret, I've had the captain's bars on there. And I'm going to replace them with a star. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. Instead of having the star with the point upward, I'm going to put the star with the point down. And the reason that I'm going to do that is because this scenario is semi-role-playing. I'm creating the role that I'm playing, and it fits in with the concept of a clan. I'm leading the Eastern clan. So I'm putting this on here for the first time. I'll have something other than captain's bars on there. I have never ever ran without the captain's bars, not even once. So that's going to make a huge difference in my thought processes, I think. It's not so much the responsibility as it is that the reverence associated with our militaries, current world events, the fact that the strategies and tactics that I'm going to ask them to employ have something to do with the game itself. The only problem with this is that I can never keep the backs on, so I automatically lose the backs, just like I've done, so I guess I won't worry about the back. Lost one in the grass, no big deal. But there it is. Upside down, and that'll fit with what we're doing on the field. So with that, I guess we'll see what footage we come up with during the event, and we'll see what happens as a result of that. Anyway, I'm Rampantsanity, and I'll be the general at the castle invasion for the Eastern Clan. That would be the red side. And we'll be reporting at Top 4 Paintball Radio and MagFed Paintball. Thank you.